What up, good people? And welcome to another episode of Fearless Theory. This will be the last episode for the year. And as always, I'm here to teach you how to become a fearless music theory expert. My name is Joe Valdes. I happen to be one of the teachers here at the San Jose Academy of Music, here in glorious, sunny San Jose, California. I love it here, and let's get started. So today we're going to begin talking about one of the more confusing topics in music theory, at least for beginners. In my hand I happen to have a piece of paper with a staff written out, the G clef, and what do we have here? We have a couple of fours. Alright, we've got the 4 up top and the 4 down on the bottom. This 4 tells you that you have to be counting to 4, basically. And this number here on the bottom tells you that the quarter note is represented by each of the 4 beats as you count to 4. In other words, as I'm doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm not only counting to 4 along with these snaps. Each of those 4 beats is a quarter note. That is what this 4/4 time signature tells you. This is better illustrated when I pull out my score. There you go. I made a simple melody out of the C major scale. The first note in this melody happens to be C4, also known as middle C. This can be found by counting to the 4th C, starting from the left of the piano. From C4 we go to D, E, F, G, A, B, and finally we get to C5, which happens to be the last note in this melody. Cool. So, without further ado, here is this melody, and it should go something like this. Cool. So, relating this back to the 4/4 time signature, each of these things is a measure. Each measure is separated from each other with these bar lines. The one I'm pointing to with my mouse, these are called bar lines. Within each of these bar lines is contained a measure of 4 beats, 1 quarter note each. Let's break that down as we relate it to this melody. So, our first note is a C, which also has the note value of a half note. Our next note in the melody is a D, which also happens to have the note value of a half note. As you may recall, 1 half note equals 2 quarter notes. And if my math is correct, half note plus half note should equal 4 quarter notes. There you go. Going over the bar line into the next measure, we have the next 3 notes in the melody. The first note being a straight up quarter note, this E. The next note, the F, being a straight up quarter note. And the last note in this measure, the G, being a half note containing 2 quarter notes. Again, we end up with 4 quarter notes once more. In this here measure, we go over this bar line into the next note in the melody, our A, 1 half note, 2 quarter notes. Our B, another half note, 2 quarter notes, making up the 4 quarter notes each with 1 beat once again in this measure. Finally, going over into the last bar in this melody, we have the 1 C. That C being a whole note containing 4 quarters, thus the C containing all 4 beats in the measure. And so, with the help of our trusty metronome, let's play this melody again. And this metronome will help you count out. I'll even count along with the melody, the metronome, with my hand. And here we go. Very cool. As you may have noticed, along with my counting, there was a blue bar indicating which beat we were on. And as we moved along the 4 beats, we moved along with the melody as well. Notes within that melody contained one of the 4 beats, depending on whether it was a half note, a quarter note, etc., etc. And so that's what happens when you have a time signature. You end up dividing your music into measures with an equal number of beats each. So they all get the same number of beats, and each of those beats represents some kind of note value. In 4/4 in particular, when you see a 4 in the bottom, that means that your quarter notes get the ticks. Yeah? Cool. And so, thus we begin our venture into time signatures. I hope that was a good lesson, and there you go. That's what 4/4 time signature sounds like. If you happen to enjoy this lesson, please let me know. If you didn't like it, still let me know. Sometimes I won't know what to improve on unless you tell me, and I'd like to improve. So let me know what you think. If you really liked it, please give it a like. And if you really liked it, go ahead and share it with your friends and family and let this lesson proliferate on the interwebs. Once again, my name is Joe Valdes. I am a music teacher here in the San Jose Academy of Music. Join me and my colleagues and let's learn music together. Let's improve one another. Please become my student. I'd love to see you come through my door and enter this here classroom that I teach all my lessons in. Once again, this was Fearless Theory with your host, Joe Valdes. And remember, till next time, remember to be fearless. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.